tournament session, and we have double the action for you today. We have we have three of the most prolific Mega Man X runners racing right now. We have Akiteru, the Mega Man X 80% world record holder, versus Nero X2, the Mega Man X2 80% world record holder on the top. And we got CrystalUnclear, a very high-level X1 runner, racing against SvenCreg on the bottom. So right away, we have the intro stage. Just mash, keep holding right. Looks like Aki is a little bit ahead. I think the sync is not quite perfect, but it's pretty close. Looks like I want to say Aki and Nero are pretty much neck and neck right now. And Crystal's got a definitive lead right now on Sven on the bottom. So, as far as safety items are concerned in this session, I'm pretty sure Aki, Nero, and Crystal will not be picking up any safety items as they are really accustomed to this category. As for SvenCreg, I have not seen him or her race, so I'm not sure what items, if any, will be picked up. So it looks like both Nero and Aki both get a decently well shipped Val spawn. Looks like Aki might be ahead by just a little bit on the top. Crystal has got a commanding lead coming out of the intro on the bottom. And all these races are, like we've mentioned through all of the tournament races, they are 2 out of 3, so you're going to see a good hour of speed action this morning. Just 2 days before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody watching. Okay, it looks like the sync is now set. I think I've got a good visual on it. Looks like Aki's ahead by maybe a second. So for the Chill Penguin stage, you just continue to hold right until you get to this vertical section where you're going to need to do some jumping and ascending up towards the leg upgrade. The leg upgrade is forced upon you, which is good for speed running in general. You want the dash boots as soon as possible. Sven having a little trouble here at the opening. He's taken quite a bit of damage already, and he's not even inside the cave yet. But a lot of enemies do tend to drop health. As you saw right there, he picked up some health to get back to full. Crystal, Nero, and Aki already getting the dash boots. Looks like I think they all got no stop hallway. It's kind of hard to see 3 high-level runners all at once. You tend to miss the minute details. But when they get the Chill Penguin, you're going to see them unleash a full charge shot right away, and then they're going to do a dash shot, and then while that dash shot is on the screen, they're going to hold charge again, using the CFO strat, notably used in Mega Man X2. You'll see that a lot in some places in this game, where while a shot is on screen, you really can't damage the enemy again until you have a full charge ready to go. So, typically, they're going to get a few slides from Penguin. Every once in a while, you may see a good fight with maybe 1 or even 0 slides. But it looks like Crystal and Aki both kill Penguin at the same exact time. And Nero is just a couple of seconds behind, while Sven is just now getting into the boss corridor to get to the Penguin fight. So, all 4 of our racers are in the same race channel, but all 4 are not racing against everyone. It's not like a free-for-all, so it's strictly Aki versus Nero, Crystal versus Sven. So for the Boomer Kuwanger stage, it's very demanding climbing-wise. There's a lot of ledges you have to land on accurately, and make sure that you don't fall if you take damage. So you saw right there, that first turtle on the second vertical section didn't fire a torpedo, and that's because this stage is operating on a timer, and if you reach that point in the stage fast enough, that turtle will not shoot at you. And then you see Nero abusing the invincibility glitch here. As you just saw, he's jumping, he's pressing jump while he's in midair within the 7-pixel window of that spike wall, and it gives you the knockback, but you take no damage. Ooh, Aki slipped there. Oh, and he gets hit by the ladder yatter. That's going to knock him back a little bit. I think Crystal may have took the lead right there. But that put, or in relation to Aki, Crystal was ahead of everybody else. But it looks like Nero is just behind Aki's heels right now. That brought it completely back. Oh, but again, Akiteru slips on a wall kick, and that allows Nero to take the lead going into the Kuwanger fight. So for the Kuwanger fight, they're going to try to initiate this dance, as you see on Crystal's screen. If you get close enough, Kuwanger will actually attempt to deadlift X, but you can actually jump when he's attempting that, and you kind of keep him in a loop for a little bit. But once he starts teleporting, you just stand in the middle of the screen and just turn around if Kuwanger's behind you, or keep facing forward if he's in front of you, and you just hit him with some green level charge shots for 2 damage. The world record is 31-13, held by Akiteru, and he is racing against Nero, the X2 world record holder. So it's pretty much a clash of titans in regards to Mega Man X speedrunning on the top. So now that they got Boomer Kuwanger's weapon, they're going to follow the boss weakness order for a little bit here. So they're going to go to Stink Chameleon. And since they're not opting to go for the armor, they can just go straight to the boss. The only issue here is during this cave section, these blocks can fall in random places, and Aki took a couple of hits, and I believe Crystal did as well. Nothing you can really do about that. You just have to just keep pressing forward and hope that a block doesn't fall on your path. So Crystal is already getting into the chameleon fight. It's a very, very basic fight. Since you have a full bar of boomerangs, you really don't need to use a buster shot unless you just want to, but just doing what Crystal was doing. As soon as Chameleon gets hit, he's going to jump to the opposite direction, and then you just shoot the boomerang the opposite direction. You just basically stun lock him to death. Sven is picking up a heart tank in Flame Mammoth. In watching the other 3, I failed to notice that Sven actually went to Eagle and already fought Eagle, so he's already got 2 RNG heavy bosses out of the way, which is good. I mean, there are multiple routes that you can take in any % Mega Man X. So doing Eagle, even though you don't have the Chameleon Sting, can be good for RNG grinding. So now Aki, Crystal, and Nero are going to Eagle now that they got Chameleon's weapon. Ooh, Akiteru gets a nice grab on that platform. Don't know if we'll see anyone go for Death Kick. I didn't see it on Crystal's side because I wasn't watching. Okay, Akiteru gets the Death Kick. Let's see if Nero gets it. No, Nero doesn't even bother. He's just going to play it very safe. That Death Kick is pretty risky. If you fail it, you die, and you have to go back to the beginning of the stage. So that's a big time loss if you don't get that. So Aki saved a little bit of frames by doing that. So simply, or I should say, just with the Eagle fight, you just simply fire the Chameleon Sting, and he's going to take 3 damage per, when he gets hit. And Aki looks like he's not going to get any dives. Eagle, that's the God pattern right there. He just stands there and does the tornado attack. And Nero gets a good fight as well, no dives, even though Eagle rose up to the sky, he didn't actually leave the screen. And that really doesn't matter because the Chameleon Sting actually has a really good reach with its weapon. So, Crystal's starting Spark Mandrill, Aki's selected Spark Mandrill, and Nero is just behind. So Crystal's trying to get through the Zam hallway, using a combination of Dash Lemons, the Shotgun Ice, and at the very end, the Storm Tornado. You can constantly keep moving through that hallway if you time your shots correctly without having to stop. The older strat was just using the Storm Tornado since it dealt damage quickly, but you had to stop in front of each of those birds just to kill them without getting hit. And for Thunder Slimer, you just want to use Boomerangs and Chameleon Sting to deal a lot of damage. You can also use Storm Tornado, but it hits for less damage. Sven had a little trouble here at the end of the Kuenker climb. That enemy is blocking the top of the ladder, so he has to go a different path just to get around that. Crystal making it into the boss corridor for the Mantle fight. Aki is as well. So I think Aki made up a little bit of time there. Crystal may have had a bad Thunder Slimer fight. So they're starting with a full charge shot, and they want to do this because if Mandrill decides to punch immediately, like you saw on Crystal's side, it knocks him out of that punch animation, and then he can go right into the Shotgun Ice for 3 damage a hit. So you just keep stun locking him with the ice shot, and then you fire another one just before he breaks himself out of the ice, and then you just repeat. And unfortunately, Sven died to Kuwanger, but I think he was at low HP. That may have been a calculated death, or he tried to take out Kuwanger without any problems and just couldn't do it. Okay, so we have CrystalUnclear going to Flame Mammoth. Nero's going to Flame Mammoth, but we have Aki going to Armored Armadillo. So we have a slight route divergence. But I do believe it's optimal for stage select inputs to get to Mammoth, I want to say. I think it saves 1 directional input. But both of these stages, Mammoth and Armadillo, are very, very academic. In Armadillo, you just ride the minecart most of the way, and then at the end, you just hit Armadillo with the electric spark. For Flame Mammoth, you have to do a little bit of climbing and maneuvering, but the boss fight is very, very trivial. So We're getting double hits with the Storm Tornadoes since it stays on top of Flame Mammoth's hitbox long enough for 2 hits. Now for Armadillo, we want him to stop rolling as soon as possible. Now it's possible, you see Armadillo rolling, he can't be damaged until he breaks out, and it took a while, but Armadillo finally came out of his shell. And then once you hit him with the Electric Spark, his armor will be dislodged, and then he's completely vulnerable from then on out. But Armadillo can spin long enough. If you continue to fire your Electric Spark in anticipation of him stopping the roll, he can go on for a long time. And you can actually use up all of your Electric Spark ammo. That'd be very unfortunate, but that didn't happen here. So now we have Nero and Crystal going to Armadillo. And we actually have Aki going to Octopus, so he's going to do Flame Mammoth last, because Flame Mammoth has basically no RNG in the stage or the fight. So I've already touched up on Armadillo, so we're going to focus here a little bit with Launch Octopus. Aki has used a one rolling shield, and then he swaps over to the Chameleon Sting to finish off the sub. The submarine has a very small iframe period, so you can get some hits fairly quickly. And you need to save your rolling shield ammo for Octopus, since that is his weakness. Sven picked up an extra life there in Chameleon, I do believe. And he also picked up the armor, so he's obviously picking up some safety measures, because I'm pretty sure he's going to have quite the time during the Sigma stages. I didn't see how the Armadillo fights were for Nero or Crystal, but Crystal has very little ammo, so I'm under the assumption Armadillo rolled quite a bit for him, or he just used a lot of Electric Sparks after the fact. Looks like Aki made it through Octopus okay. You won't be seeing the Hadoken in any percent, because they just want to collect just enough stuff that they need to finish the game. The only forced upgrades that they have to get is the Dash Boots and the Buster upgrade in Sigma 1 when Zero dies. You don't need anything else to complete the game in any percent. Getting the Hadoken means you have to get everything, and that's 100%, but this is any percent. And since Akiteru, Nero, and Crystal aren't picking up any extra items, by definition, they are also playing this as low percent. So this is kind of a double category kind of thing. Sometimes the fastest way of getting through a game is getting nothing at all. And in Mega Man X1, any percent, that is the case. If you don't pick up anything. So, Aki, Nero, and Crystal coming up to their final Maverick fight. At this point, we'll know if it's going to be really close. It looks like it could be almost a 3-way tie going into the Sigma stages. The RNG kind of balances out between all the bosses. Okay, looks like Aki is in the lead by just a little bit. Crystal is in second. And Nero is just behind him a couple of seconds after that. Sven picking up another Heart Tank in Spark Mangel stage. I hate to not focus on Sven just because I know we have 3 incredible runners duking it out in the Sigma stages. Try to keep up with Sven a little bit as we move along where possible. So they need to take damage before reaching the Vile cutscene. They have to reach 6 HP or less. And Aki manages to get to the door without triggering the cutscene. So does Crystal and Nero. Aki's got a couple of seconds lead on the other 2. Crystal and Nero are basically synced, but I think Crystal's going to get a slight lead. He had a better Vile fight. You want Vile to shoot that entrapment shot very quickly and coming at X very, very fast. Okay, we're about a second apart between Aki and Nero. So for Rolling Shield here, it's 8 hits on Vile to kill him. Every Rolling Shield shot deals 4 HP of damage. Looks like Aki and Crystal are synced up, even though they're on opposite sides of the line. So now that Zero is dead and you do not have the Buster upgrade, he gives you his Buster as a substitute. But it has the same functions as the standard Buster upgrade you get in Flame Mammoth in 100%. So now that they're able to charge up their special weapons, they can charge up the Chameleon Sting, and it renders them invulnerable for a period of time. And then they can charge up for the homing torpedoes here to do extra damage. Nero has got Kuwanger in the dance. And Nero gets a spectacular fight. Able to keep Kuwanger in the dance all the way to the very end of the fight. So once again, they'll use the Chameleon Sting to get some invincibility while they get to the Bow Spider door. So for the Bow Spider fight, they need to read Bow Spider's web pattern and figure out where he's going to end up when he gets to the bottom, and then they're going to unleash a charged ice sled into his little red jewel that you see there when he reaches the bottom. That red jewel only opens up when he reaches the bottom, and you only have a very short time to hit him. And then you may see baby spiders come out, and that will just complicate movement for our players. You cannot get the Hadouken if you don't have everything, so by default you must have the arm upgrade before you can even get the Hadouken, along with all the heart tanks and sub tanks and all of your armor pieces. And you have to visit the armadillo spot 5 times. So Aki is still in the lead, but only by a couple of seconds. Sven is going to launch Octopus. I anticipate this is his last Maverick stage. Now, we could see a big swing here in regards to who leads after the stage, because we have Chill Penguin and Storm Eagle refights, which are the 2 biggest RNG swings. So we could see a lot of slides, or we could see none. We'll just have to see. There's one for Aki. There's one for Crystal and one for Nero. We got 2 for Aki. 3 for Aki. We got 2 for Crystal and Nero. 4 for Aki, 3 for Nero, 3 for Crystal. Wow, okay. Aki came out with, I think, 6 slides. Nero got 5, I think. And I think Crystal also got 5. And with that, we're still... Aki is like a half a second ahead of Nero. and a half a second after that for Crystal. So they want to try to get these gap jumps through these ladders so they don't have to climb, which will waste time. Aki gets a couple at the end. I couldn't quite see how many Crystal and Nero got. But it's going to come down. It will Eagle go to the top of the screen quickly. So a dash lemon, and he does go to the sky quickly for Aki, but he comes back down. We're getting dubs from Nero. Okay, Aki kills Eagle, Crystal kills, and Nero's getting some unfortunate luck. He's behind about, I want to say, 9 to 10 seconds after that. So now Rangda Bangda, he's going to open with one of his eyes, and we're hoping it's a blue or a red. So the blue eye will actually track X's position and try to hit him. And the red can as well, but it's not guaranteed. We're getting green eyes from Aki here. Crystal gets a red eye, but the eye does not move. But the red eye will shoot some shots at you. Once the walls close in and exposes the nose, you just want to take out the nose immediately with 4 hits, and then just take on the eyes while holding onto the wall. Nero made up quite a bit of time there with that Rangda fight, but Crystal is still behind Aki by a couple of seconds. Sven is starting the Sigma stages. So now we have the Armadillo refight skip. Aki gets the fast skip. Amazing. Crystal also gets the fast skip. Nero goes with a very, very safe, slow, but guaranteed skip setup. Nothing wrong with that. So now all the bosses are the same as they were before, but you have the Buster upgrade now for Chameleon, so you can actually do charged boomerang strats that you do in 100%. So you saw that from Aki's side, and I think... I'm not sure if Crystal or Nero did it. But between boss refights, you can use the Chameleon Sting and some other weapons, depending where you are, to get through those corridors easily. The Armadillo skip is achieved by not panning the camera all the way up as you approach the door, but you use the charged ice sled to push X past the camera pan trigger into the door, so that doesn't spawn the Armadillo when the screen transitions over. And it's imperative that once you get the skip, you don't jump in the Armadillo room or until you get to the point where you have to move up, because if you jump, you pan the camera up still, and that will even trigger the Armadillo to spawn. Aki's trying to get the torpedoes to dance around him, which is a really neat strat. The torpedoes will follow X, and you can just circle X around those torpedoes. It's really neat once you understand how the trajectory works. So once again, we have Aki, Crystal, and Nero in that order coming out of the Octopus refight. Sven is now getting the Buster upgrade. This is going to come down to the Sigma fight for sure, for Aki versus Nero. We're going to see who gets a good dog. Even D-Rex could decide things still. Oh, Nero's all the way on the other side of the boss room. That's unfortunate. He's going to lose a few frames, but it's nothing major. So for D-Rex, you're going to use the natural curling of trajectory of the boomerang to get these hits on D-Rex. And then D-Rex can try to squash you if you're between, if you're on top of his base and you're right under D-Rex's mouth. Oh no, Nero dies. Oh my goodness. That's gonna put Aki way in the lead at this point, and may even seal the deal, but Aki still has 3 fights to do. Crystal is out of D-Rex going into the final stage. It's pretty academic Crystal will win on his side, but right now the focus is on Akiteru and these final fights. Wow, excuse me, Nero gets squished between the base and the wall, and then he gets crushed by the mouth for the double insult to injury. The disrespect. I don't think Nero was expecting that. That was pretty unfortunate. Nero needs to hopefully not die, because if this is his last life, he has to do the entire stage if he dies. And he has no boomerang, so he has to do dash shots to even keep up with the damage. Uh-oh, there's one hit. Oh, he could have got squashed again, but luckily D-Rex went with that charging up attack. Aki got a good dog there. Now he's on the Sigma fight, where he just has to time his wall kicks and the electric sparks. And he gets through that. He did take a small hit from the dog, I think, but I think he's okay. He just needs to not get hit by anything major in the final fight, and he's good. Crystal finishes the Sigma 2, or Sigma Part 2. Uh-oh. Aki's one hit from death. Oh, and he gets trolled by the claws, and now Nero's ahead now. Oh, dear. Like I said, it's not over, man. And now Nero has to, or not, excuse me, not Nero, but Aki now has to farm for refills to refill his weapons. Man, that is cruel. That is so cruel from the claws. And that claw that came from the right actually pushed Aki into the path of that lightning bolt. That was so cruel. Crystal finishes with a 32.08. Congratulations to him, but the focus now is on Nero and these final fights. And I believe Nero is on his last life, so if he dies, he's going to get a game over, but he's going to get complete weapon refills if that happens. Oh no. Aki got pinned in the corner by the dog, but it was able to kill him, but now he's already within one hit of death again. But Nero is at the final fight. Not over, though. The same thing could happen to Nero. We've seen the final Sigma form really troll people. And looks like Nero's got this. Nero takes game 1 from Aki with a 33-13, I think it was, on his splits. Man. And Nero died twice on D-Rex and still pulled it out. And Aki just had that unfortunate troll. I mean, that's all it takes. Ooh, that was a tough situation for Aki to maneuver through, but luckily he got out of it okay. Oh, no. Okay, Aki tried to climb up past the claw, but got hit, and already knew that he lost the race, so he just conceded. So, we're waiting on Sven now. We're just focused on Sven now. He's fighting Penguin. Since all 4 of our racers are in the same race channel, they all have to wait until everyone finishes before the next race can begin. So we're just going to be focusing on Sven right now for the time being. He's using the mech to make his way through this section. He's trying to get accustomed. Looks like he's going to use the missiles to try to climb up. I think he's saving all of his chameleon ammo for this. I think Sven wants to finish. Don't blame him. So the right side players getting the first win. Let's see how Rainda goes for Sven. Ooh, a blue eye. That's a decently good start. Ooh, another blue eye. A third blue eye. That's pretty funny. I've never seen that before, actually. So each color eye has a specific function. The blue eye will just follow your position, and then it'll stop, and then it'll come back to its original starting point. The green eye will just sit there, but only shoot one projectile, while the red eye not only could move towards you, but can also shoot 3 shots in a spread pattern. Okay, Sven uses the Storm Tornado to take out the... But now he's trying to figure out how to set up for the Dillo skip. Oh, he didn't quite get it. That's unfortunate. So he has to fight Armadillo. This is what happens when you fail to skip. As you saw, the camera pans up just as you're entering the door, so you can't stop yourself from going in the door to fix it. And then, once the camera cans up like this, it will spawn the Armadillo, and you do have to fight him. If you failed this skip, it's about a 20-some second loss. Maybe more 30 seconds. Because Armadillo can still do what he does in the initial fight and just roll forever if he wants. So Sven is shooting the boomerangs at Chameleon. There's actually, I think, one frame that if you fire the boomerang really optimally, Chameleon will jump in the same direction that he got hit from. But for the most part, he just alternates sides to try to throw you off. So for those who just joining us, this is Mega Man X Any Percent Tournament. We have Akiteru versus Nero on the top. And Aki is the X1 Any Percent world record holder, and Nero is the X2 Any Percent world record holder. And Nero just took game 1 from Aki with, despite dying to D-Rex twice, but Akiteru died on the final Sigma form, which was a much more costly death, and Nero was able to close it out. Crystal had a pretty easy time with, on his side, already winning game 1. And we're just waiting for Sven to finish on his side, and we can get the second race. Now right there, Sven took damage from the fish because while you're in invincibility, you can't be sucked up from the fish, so you're able to get away from that. For those wondering, the world record for X1 any percent is 31:13 by Akiteru, and the world record for Mega Man X2 any percent is 32:29 by Nero. And they are facing each other now. It's going to be... Race number 2 is going to be quite the show, I'm sure. Yeah, all the races in the group stages and bracket will be 2 out of 3. So they have to win two races to win the match. So Sven is at D-Rex. Sven does have the body armor, so he's not going to take as much damage as our other racers have been taking. Sven just using that tried and true method of wall climbing and just shooting the boomerangs in midair. Pretty sound strat. By the looks of it, Sven looks like he took a couple of heart tanks. And I'm pretty sure he got a sub-tank as well. Nice. Sven takes down Velgarder, the dog, no problem. Does take a couple hits, no problem. So the way this electric spark works is that when you fire it into a wall, it's going to split, and it's going to go. You're going to have 2 sparks, one going up, one going down. You need to time the electric spark just right so that when it splits, the bottom one's going to hit Sigma as he touches the wall. If you fire this electric spark too far into the wall, it actually won't hit Sigma. Ooh, Sven needs to be careful there. You don't want to take a sword swipe from Sigma. It deals a lot of damage. Uh-oh, does Sven not have a sub-tank to use, or is he just waiting? Oh, he was waiting for a more opportune moment to use it, and that was a good call. Oh, man, that was oh, don't get clawed. Oh, no. That was unfortunate. Took a couple of hits from the claw, couldn't get back on, and the big fire wave just took him out. I might have a co-commentator for Game 2. Just stand by while we wait for Sven to finish. Took another hit there. Sigma deals a lot of damage on contact and with his sword, so if you want to really try to watch his pattern. Luckily, him just wall climbing is pretty easy to spot. It's just getting those shots with the electric spark may be the difficult part. Alright, he takes down Sigma, but he's going to have to use his sub-tank right away. Oh no. Come on, Sven. Oh, and there's another classic troll case where both of the claws just want to entrap you. So Sven's got to wait and use the charge rolling shield to get drops. I wonder if Sven only filled up one sub-tank, or did he fill up both? I'm not sure. A neat little thing about Mega Man X1 specifically is that in X2 and X3, you have to have a full sub-tank before you get the double HP refill bonus. But in X1, if you just have critical HP, or you have, I think if you have a fairly full sub-tank, it will give you double HP. I'm not sure, but if you have a full sub-tank, it automatically gives you the double HP bonus when you have to use it. Okay, there. Sven's trying to take to the wall. That's a good strat, and that time he had a good dog fight. The dog didn't run into him like he did before. So, and really, this may look easy when you watch high-level runners do it, but getting these shots on Sigma are actually pretty difficult. It's hard to time when to shoot the spark, because you have to shoot the electric spark early so that when it reaches the wall, Sigma's going to get there at the same time. So if you shoot it just as Sigma reaches the wall, you're going to be late. So, as you see, it took all of Sven's electric spark energy to take out Sigma 2, and now we're back to the final fight, but he's got 2 full sub-tanks, and he's got almost a full HP meter, so I'm optimistic that Sven's gonna take it down this time. Just needs to not panic. The claw pushes him off. That's bad. That's kind of unfortunate. Come on, Sven, you got this. You got all the insurance in the world. You got the armor, and you got 2 sub-tanks, and you got almost half the heart tanks. You got it. Okay, he's got it. I'm sure he's got it. There he goes. GG.
Congratulations to Sven.
Alright. Sven finishes with a 50-54. So, game number 2 for everybody should be starting up here in a couple minutes, and I believe I have a co-commentator for the next game.
Yep.
Who do we got here next to me? Melendrone? Is that how we pronounce it? I can't even pronounce everything correctly today.
Melendrone, oh my. No, it's Movelendrone.
Movelendrone, okay. My apologies.
It's fine.
It's almost Christmas time and I just woke up.
Yeah, I know. 2 days. Pretty excited.
Okay, so I'm looking for Aki to kind of go more aggressive in this next game because he has to win this one to force a game 3. I'm looking for Nero to do the same. I don't think Nero made any mistake there on the D-Rex fight. I think he just got caught between a rock and a hard place at just the wrong time. And it punished him hard for it.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Who do you think's gonna come out on top?
Well, I can't say because Nero is just too good, and Aki's the world record holder. So, I mean, it's just going to come down to who gets. Maybe it may come down to just solely RNG at this point. I mean,
yeah.
everyone was close the entire time until the end where it got ugly.
That was a very interesting D-Rex fight for one of the runners.
Okay, looks like everyone has readied up, and we're gonna be getting and going here in just a few seconds. So, if you went away to get a drink, you might want to put that off because it's gonna get crazy here in about 5 seconds.
Or alternatively, you could just keep a drink in your room. But hey, we are going, I believe.
Round 2, wrap.
There we go.
I'm not sure what Sven's PB is. I do know that all the other 3 runners are at 31 level, so...
Tough match for Sven here, then. I think, really, his main focus here should be a PB. Like, if he can prove he can do that, and in front of 31 runners, then he's gonna impress some people.
So, Aki and Nero are getting through the second B okay. Looks like Nero managed to get through that second B with only 1 bonk.
Pretty nice.
Aki took 2 bonks, but he's already at 2 HP. Oh, and Aki picked up that health. I don't know if that was intentional. He may be wanting to utilize the task cars here at the end of the stage.
So many screens here, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, what I said before, there's 3 high-level runners, and it's hard to have 2 eyes on 4 screens.
Alright, so I guess You can commentate the two main ones, and I can commentate Sven and Crystal.
That sounds fair.
Ooh, Sven nearly falling down that abyss there. That would have cost him a minute. And Crystal, I think, got task cars, so he has managed to... Whoa! He has managed to get a quick vial. Pretty much sync with Nero there. Very, very...
Yeah. So Nero's ahead by this time by just a second coming out of the intro.
And about half a second ahead of Nero. I mean, Crystal.
Yeah.
Synchronized text boxes here. That was something truly special.
Yeah, so we're going back to Chill Penguin again for another cool start to this race.
And I see Penguico, but not on Sven's screen yet. Be a few seconds before it kicks in. So let's see how each runner handles the intro section here.
Yeah, they want to have a full charge Buster Shot ready whenever they can, because they can actually one-shot all the enemies, and those column of pillars that robot can kind of shoot at you. Those go down in one full charge shot as well, and then you need a couple of lemons after that to take out the robot behind them.
All three runners looking like they got through it pretty nicely there, and Sven also managing to get through with no damage, so...
Yeah, he got through that much better than he did the first time. So everyone reaches the Dash Boots capsules for Aki, Nero, and Crystal.
And Sven... I don't know if Sven's gonna utilize slope jumps. Takes a bonk from that wheel there. Struggling with that jump, actually.
Yeah, if you don't know how the slope jumps work, if you walk down a slope and then you jump on the slope, you get a higher jump, and your horizontal movement is a few more pixels per frame, so you can save a little bit of time with it.
Looks like in the lead here we have Crystal, and I think Akiteru is ahead of Nero here. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, Aki manages to pull ahead. I didn't get to see it, but no stop hallway after you get the dash boots can lose you quite a bit. And if you struggle with the snowball throwers at the end, that can factor into that as well. So
Crystal taking a bonk there.
So Aki and Nero are trying to hit Penguin as much as possible with full charge shots for 3 damage, dash shots for 2 damage, and a green shot charge for 2 damage. And right there, Aki kills Penguin, and he's in the middle of the screen, which is what you want. In Mega Man X1, X has to walk to the middle of the screen before he teleports out. So the further away from the center you are, the more time you lose. And he has to walk. He doesn't dash to the middle.
Synchronized teleport there for Nero and Crystal. And Sven doing pretty well fending off Chill Penguin here. Oh, gets a bit of a bonk.
Yeah, Penguin deals a lot of damage on contact if you touch him. And so do the ice penguins that he forms.
Oh, gets frozen there. Aki manages to get through the vertical section. In fact, both of them did it pretty well there. I think Sven's just gonna play it safe and finish him off. Yep, there we go.
Oh, Nero did not get the turtle skip, so he has to wait a little bit for that turtle to fire his torpedoes. Aki manages to get the turtle skip.
Can you explain to the viewers what the turtle skip is?
Yeah, I explained it, but I'll explain it again. If you reach the turtle there, that first turtle on that second vertical section fast enough, the stage is running on a timer. That first turtle won't be shooting anything at all. You can just climb the ladder safely. But if you get held up somewhere before that, it's a good chance he's going to fire the torpedo. But that's only for the first turtle. The other turtles will still fire as normal.
Interesting to note.
So, Aki got hit by the ladder yatter and fell back down, but he's still ahead by, I want to say, a couple of seconds. Ooh, but he gets a weapon refill on that shotgun ice. So does Nero, so that kind of evens that out.
And Crystal heading into Boomer Quanger about the same time as Nero. Akiteru already starting the fight, and Sven's gone for a different route. He's gone to Storm Eagle instead.
Yeah, he goes to Eagle to just get rid of RNG, likely. and he can go ahead and get a sub-tank early, so in case he needs it later, he has it.
And synchronized death there from Akiteru and Crystal. Nero about a second and a half behind.
Yeah, we'll likely see Aki, Nero, and Crystal be right along each other this entire race, until something goes wrong, if anything. So Sven does not have Eagle's weakness, so he has to use dash shots as much as possible. And if Eagle goes to the air like he's doing now and diving, these hits will come much more slower. And all he can do is just keep hitting him as often as possible while he's diving. And he's gonna dive again. Wow.
Oh. Wow, so that's 8 dives for Sven? I think somewhere I miscounted, but quite a lot of dives. Did well to get through the fight.
Okay, Aki, Crystal, and Nero are about to hit the chameleon fight. It looks like Aki is ahead by a half a second. Crystal is right on his heels, but unfortunately they're not racing each other, but Nero is. And Nero's probably 3 seconds behind Aki at this moment.
It feels like Crystal's about a second behind. Well, nearly a second.
So, this fight is very, very basic. Just alternate the boomerang shots left to right. And Chameleon will go down without a problem.
And here we see Sven going for Flame Mammoth stage. Not sure why, but...
Well, his weakness is the Storm Tornado, so he's going to follow the boss weakness now that he's got the Tornado. And plus, he can also get another easy-to-grab Heart Tank.
Yeah. I mean, the sub-tank is also technically easy, but you have to backtrack for it.
You have to go... You have to go way out of your way to get it.
Yeah.
There is a way to get it kind of quickly, but it involves a glitch, and it's not really safe.
And you need the Charge Buster for it, don't you?
No, you just need the leg boots, and you can break the blocks that guard the sub-tank.
So you don't have to, like, fully charge an ice platform and jump off that?
Nope.
I've seen some runners opt for that instead, though.
I'll explain that a little bit later, what I'm talking about. I think we've seen, Walrus do it in a race, I think. But I'll cover that a little bit later, because it is kind of neat. It does involve a glitch, which it isn't so safe. But we're getting to the Eagle fight now for Aki, Nero, and Crystal. But they have the Chameleon Sting, so they're going to be able to deal damage to Eagle much faster. Yeah, much faster. Thank you. And even if Eagle dives, it won't be that big of a deal, because instead of the dash lemons that Sven had to use, they can use his weakness, which deals for 1 more point of damage.
So Sven's gonna have an easier time here heading up Quanger stage, as he's got the Flame Wave, and he can just get through the enemies relatively quickly. Trouble with the flame wave is it does cause a bit of lag, and it looks like Sven missed toward a skip.
Yeah, you need to be you need to play at a very high level when it comes to climbing to actually get the turtle skip.
And Smart Man Driller here for the other 3 runners. None of them opting to go for the sub-tank in the stage, though.
No, they're quite comfortable with 80%. You won't see them pick up any safeties. So now for Thunder Slimer here, they want to use boomerangs while Thunder Slimer is on the ground and on the top when possible. But they shoot a Storm Tornado when X is falling because they can't get the boomerangs on him all the time. So they use that to constantly deal damage to him when they're unable to use Boomerang and Chameleon any other time.
Sven making it up relatively quickly, that climbing section, but had a couple bonks on the way. Looking pretty strong here, though. Just gotta get up on that wall and take 2 bonks from the wall turret.
So Aki is still holding on to his lead over Nero right now. And they're both starting the fight with just a Buster Charge. As you see there on Aki's side, when Spark Mandrill goes for the punch, he can be knocked out of that attack with a full charge shot. And then afterwards, you go right to ice and start freezing him. And then just before he breaks out of the ice, you shoot another ice shot because his actual invincibility frames will expire while he's frozen, but he doesn't break out of the ice till a little bit after. So you're able to get this pattern on him. And then you want to try to be in the middle when you hit the final ice shot on him. And if Mandrill is actually in the middle, you can actually deboost if you have the HP to take. Ooh. And just stand in the middle. Yeah, I saw that deadlift on Sven. He needs to be careful.
Better hope that there's not another one. That was close. I think he's just safe strat here. Best plan.
He's just shooting lemons. Just keep Kuwanger at bay.
And it looked like it worked. He is gone.
So, once again, Aki is going with Armadillo, following the weakness order.
And Nero and Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal and Nero are doing Mammoth now.
You have to wonder whether it's faster to follow Aki's route.
I think it's the same number of inputs. I think it's just maybe runner preference.
Again, no safety there for Aki. No surprises.
Although it might be. I have to look at the stage select a little bit more closely.
And Aki gets the door jump. Falls a little bit short, but doesn't hit the wall, so he doesn't lose time.
Actually, yeah, it's probably a little faster because Mammoth and Armadillo are on the same level of the stage select, so they just need one input to go to Armadillo right after Mammoth.
RT55J, not posing much of a problem for Sven here, opting to use more dash lemons than boomerangs. Probably to save ammo so he gets the quick kill on Chameleon.
Armadillo was trolling Aki a little bit there. Manages to kill him. I think the Mammoth stage is a little shorter than Armadillo, so we won't know who's ahead until probably the very end, because Aki will go to Octopus next, and then he'll go to Mammoth. So they do the last 3 bosses in a different order.
So through that cave that you just saw, you'll notice that the square blocks that appeared on Aki, Nero, and Crystal screens didn't appear for Sven because he dealt with the robot.
Yeah, it's the only difference through that cave. If you defeated the mini boss on that same attempt.
Akiteru using Chameleon Sting on the subs there. one of the faster strats. Your other options are to use weaknesses, or I don't know, just use whatever weapon preference you have.
Yeah, you don't want to use Rolling Shield that much because that's the weakness for Octopus, so you typically stick with the Chameleon Sting.
And Sven currently fighting the easiest boss in this game.
Let's see how Armadillo treats Crystal and Nero.
And we got a roll cycle already for Nero, not looking too...
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
Crystal gets the good Armadillo, though.
Very short roll. Oh, and I think we spoke too soon, because there was a triple roll there.
After Armadillo loses his armor, it doesn't really matter if he rolls again, because you can damage him while he's rolling around.
True.
You just have to be accurate with your shots. It's just the initial roll that matters.
Aki almost dying in Launch Octopus, but very good fight from him. And Sven is going for the sub-tank in Mandrill's stage. One single boomerang gets it there.
I would have, if he only picks up 2 sub-tanks, the 2 faster sub-tanks are Storm Eagle and Armored Armadillo, because you have to go quite out of your way to get the that one. But that's his preference, so I'm not going to knock him for that.
You know, I'd actually beg to differ. I feel like the Armadillo one is slightly slower because you have to wait for the mole borer to go out, and then once you get sub-tank, you have to go back to lag frames unless you deal with it. Meanwhile, with Spark Mandrill, you can just use a tornado or something and get rid of the mechs, and then just go down. Maybe.
I mean, they seem about the same. It just, maybe the distance traveled might be different. But you can also, for some who dare to try it, you can Phantom grab that sub-tank in Armadillo though. So you have that option, but that's a higher level strat.
And Nero here about to fight Launch Octopus.
Yeah, and they're fighting. Yeah, and they're reaching the fight just about the same time too. So it looks like they're neck and neck again, just like they were before. And Crystal is not too far behind them either. But Aki's going to be ahead because he's got the easier fight because he can get double hits on Mammoth with the Storm Tornado. See, he's already finished. And Nero's still got half of an Octopus meter left to drain. But as you saw, Nero used Boomerang Cutter 3 times on the Octopus, and that cuts off his tentacles, so he can't fire the charged missiles or do the energy drain. That would waste time.
Words of encouragement there on Aki's screen by Zero.
Ooh, Aki had a little slip up. Oh boy. Okay, he manages to get by. That could have been bad. But he made it. So they take damage until they're down to 6 HP or less. It looks like Aki is right on the 6 HP mark. Nero is well under that. Crystal gets the Leap of Faith.
Did Sven take a death or something? Because I just saw him start Armadillo.
I'm not really sure. They have to be at 6 HP because similar to the intro, where you had to be at 3 HP before he would trap you, you have to be at 6 HP for this fight to achieve the same thing. The HP threshold doubles since you have the possibility of having a full 32 HP bar. And that was an insane fight on Aki's side. By the looks of it.
I was just about to say, I don't even think Vial lasted 5 seconds.
Yeah, Val's iframes on that fight only last 30 frames, so you can get 2 hits per second if you're optimal. It doesn't last long at all.
Sven going for the extra heart there in Dillo's stage. Gets it with the boomerang. Had to stop to get it though.
Boomer refought for Aki and Nero. And Nero, and Aki gets Kuwanger into the dance right in the corner.
Well, almost the full dance. But still a pretty good one nonetheless. Nero gets grabbed.
Yeah, Nero gets deadlifted. That's not an issue, though.
No, not when you have the health that Nero does.
But Nero could possibly die in the bow spider fight if he doesn't pick up a health refill. Oh, and he's opting to go for that one. Probably a good call right now. Doesn't want to risk a death now. Just stay close and hope for a mistake.
So we're gonna hope for no spiders for all the runners that face bow spider. And so far looking pretty strong there for Aki. Nero also having good runs. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's some babies.
Yeah, I call this room Charlotte's Web.
And Sven took a death, but Nero is getting baby after baby. This is not good. And yeah. Aki's first set of babies there. I don't know if you've caught it, but bow spider's done.
Yeah, Nero's gonna be probably 8 to 10 seconds behind. But still not over. We're coming up on the biggest RNG swing in the whole run, and that's Sigma 2. Now, Aki, everyone essentially got at least 5 slides from Penguin. I think Aki got 6.
They'll be hoping for significantly less this time, that's for sure. Crystal's low on health, but gets the job done on Spider. So, count the slides, everyone. There's one. And there's a jump.
Yeah, I think that was just a miscue with the fire wave. Well, in fact, I take that back. He had to let the charged fire wave go, and you can't fire any more fire until that's gone. It looks like Aki got a much better Penguin fight this time around.
Only 4 slides for him. Don't know about Nero.
And Nero got a good ending to that Penguin fight, so he's still about 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're gonna see Crystal get a slide right away there.
Oh, that's unfair. Like, when you let the charged fire wave go on Penguin, and then he slides right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do that strat like Crystal did, you can actually get 2 hits with the fire wave, and they each deal 4 damage instead of 3.
And Crystal, I think...
Looks like,
okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sven surviving Launch Octopus with the smallest of margin. Very nice clutch there. Oh boy.
Okay, Aki gets a green eye from Ringda, then
And
follows up with a blue.
So, worst luck followed by best luck. I think Ringda's being random today. There's Nero's blue. And enables him to... I thought he was ahead of Aki, but apparently not. Aki makes quick work of both eyes. Sven finally starting Sigma stages. So, he could soon catch up. We don't know what's gonna happen.
So we're getting right back up to Sigma 3 this time.
And here come the platforms. Another one of those helis is gonna come.
And Aki fails the skip. This is Nero's chance to almost seal it if he can play accurate.
And Crystal dies to Rangda. So Sven.
Ouch.
Oh, Aki's got the roll cycle! And I think Nero got the skip as well.
Yeah, Nero goes for the easy, guaranteed version of the armadillo skip.
Oh no!
Well,
and Crystal out of
Nero doesn't have this in the bag. He still has to play it accurately, and he has to not get trolled either. But that does put him well in the driver's seat at the moment.
Sven once again getting the poster 0.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Or the ninja, as we want to call it.
So Aki is using the charge boomerang strats here, similar to what you do in 100% for Chameleon.
Crystal, I think, might have been a frame too early with it there. Nope, he's got it. And Vile lives on through the poster there for Sven. Meanwhile,
so, right now, all the fights here are pretty similar to the first ones until we get to the D-Rex fight, and then it's going to be hope you don't get squashed. So at this point, it's just waiting and seeing what happens from here on out. Crystal was still quite a bit ahead, even though he died on Rangda earlier, but dying on Sigma at the last possible moment is a big time waster. It's like almost 2 minutes if you die that late.
I'd say almost 3 actually, because you've still gotta farm up for things and go through that gauntlet. I think Aki's got a tornado, but Mash is out of it. There's a second one.
Yeah, he's trying to break out of. He's trying to end that energy drain quickly.
Ooh, Aki is getting really unlucky with these tornadoes on the refight.
Probably wondering if he should have cut the tentacles off, but hey, I know he's behind. He probably knows he's behind by quite a bit, so really no sense losing more time.
And Sven now taking on Bow Spider, whereas near Akiteru trying to catch up with Flame Mammoth, but gets hit with the shock and falls to the conveyor.
Nero shooting these boomerangs upwards. Didn't get squashed that time. And that's what basically happened to him last time. He got just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Doesn't take any damage and defeats D-Rex.
Sven using the single shot for Spider. It allows him to have more distance, but it's also at the sacrifice of a little bit of damage. And
Aki also gets it, so this is not over, so
it's not over, but he still has a bit of a disadvantage because Nero's already going straight up to Sigma. Aki will be following soon in about 5 seconds. And here comes Crystal's D-Rex fight. Sven? I don't know what Sven's doing. He had to use the sub-tank there. He was almost done, too. I think he could have...
Oh, Crystal dies again on D-Rex. Oh, boy.
Crushed Crystal.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Nero takes down the dog. Aki is getting ready to fight the dog. Nero using those buffered lemon and charged ice strats. That's pretty complicated to explain as well. But Okay, wow. Aki is really going to have to play really well.
Yeah.
And he's hoping for a Nero choke, but we're probably not going to see that. Nero is just too good right now, and he's already got Sigma down.
I think we're more likely to see an Aki death than a Nero choke. Sven! I'm not sure what Sven's doing here. Maybe he's just trying to refill his sub-tank. That or he's saving all his Chameleon Sting for later on.
Nero just sitting there on that claw. The other claw's not coming at him, so that's pretty good.
Claw's being very friendly, until I said that.
And Nero
gets bonked, but did it. GG to Nero.
Nero.
Oh, and Aki takes the death! Oh no!
Wow. And with that, Nero wins over the world record holder. I wouldn't even call that an upset. I mean, Nero's just too good.
I mean...
And Aki just had problems there at the end. Unfortunate.
And I think Aki has forfeited again, but good fight for him. GG to both runners. And Crystal. Here we're gonna see the same fight.
And while I mention that, Nero finishes with a 32.08 in race spot, and that is his race PB by 23 seconds.
Very nice job to him for getting that. Then.
That is not too far from his PB. I think that's about 18 seconds or so from his PB. I know Nero's PB is somewhere, I think, in 31 5x range.
Anyone else but me noticing Aki playing Hong Kong 97 there?
In fact, let me check the leaderboards for X any percent. I think it's a 31.53, but I could be wrong.
So,
yep, 31. Yeah, 31.53. Yep.
3 or 4, maybe 5 dives. Oh, he missed one. Okay. He's gonna get the full pattern. Not quite. He got like 6 dives. Because he missed 2 shots.
And Crystal finishes up on his side with a 33.44 on his timer.
And that is the second win for Crystal, so GG to him. And also GG to Sven for sticking that first run out, despite all the Sigma troubles.
So yeah, Nero's PB is a 31.53, so he was only 16 seconds off of his personal best, which is really good for a race setting.
And he gets the green eyes. Kind of unfortunate. 2 of them. Oh, that's not what you want. Gets rid of the nose, so now he's gonna have to worry about falling into that pit. Gets the kill there on Rangda though, so very lucky escape for Sven. And this is Sven's chance to catch up here. I might have to reset my Discord, 1 second.
Sven scrolled the camera up. The camera can't unlock itself. If he tries to use the iSled, it does nothing. So he just, once you scroll the camera up, that little path that you just came from to get up to there actually becomes a bottomless pit, and you can actually die once the camera scrolls. So if you're wanting to attempt the armadillo skip again, you have to die and retry, or you just go on.
And obviously he's not gonna end his run, so he's gonna have to fight. So Sven forcing his way through that with some bonks. And here comes the refight with the easiest boss in this game. Using Charge Chameleon strats once again. And good rhythm there. Manages to take down Sting Chameleon with ease. And with the last of his shock, gets rid of that wave of enemies. Not sure what he was stopping there, though. He could have just gone straight forward.
I think he wanted to try to get maybe a health refill.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. And gets shot there by Mandrill. Not really the best fight, but no punches, so that's all that matters.
Or contact damage. Contact damage is 6 damage if you touch Mandrill without armor, but he does have armor, so it's only 3.
And he's going up there to get the health. Wise move. What's he gonna do with Launch Octopus though? Is he gonna cut the is he gonna cut his tentacles off, or is he just gonna fight him normally?
Fight him normal. He's already got the rolling shield.
And there's the tornado already. Yikes. Oh no. We got a second one.
I think the missile there deactivated his rolling shield when he was about to let the charge go.
Well, either way, he got the hit. There's a third laundry cycle. But rolling shield dispatches him before he gets to do a fourth. Obviously gonna go take the top path here, try and get a weapon refill, and some more health. And a life.
Yeah.
All very important things.
So, we haven't touched on it, but he's got 2 sub-tanks here, and you can fill those up by collecting health refills while your HP is full. So if you collect a small refill while your HP is full, you get 1 unit added to your sub-tank, and if you pick up a large refill, you get 2 units added, and there's 14 units in each sub-tank. So when you use a sub-tank, it normally will give you 1 HP back for every unit that's in it. So if you use, let's say for example, a half-filled sub-tank, so that's 7 units, you get 7 HP. Although if you are in critical health, when you use a sub-tank, it gives you back double the units stored to kind of help you out. Also, if your sub-tank is full, by default, it will give you double HP refills. So if you have a 14-unit sub-tank, which is full, it will give you 28 HP back when you drain it. So if Sven has a full sub-tank and maybe a halfway full sub-tank, he should be good for the final fights here. And you can't fill the sub-tanks individually or partially. Your sub-tank will get filled 1 at a time.
So Sven not even going to refill his sub-tanks, he's heading straight up, because he's already got 2 full. The fire reaching Sven there, not the best thing to have touch you. Oh, gets a bonk. But relatively quick work of Velgarder there. And Jedi Sigma now. We hear all this talk of the Last Jedi being Luke, but I think this game proves otherwise.
No. But look, Sigma's bald, so you can almost assume it's kind of resembles Obi-Wan a little bit, or Anakin after post Episode 3. Ooh, he runs out of Electric Spark, and now he's got to use Buster. The only problem is it doesn't matter what level charge you fire at Sigma; it always deals 1 HP of damage.
So you'd be better off just firing
just
Buster shots at this point.
Yeah, just lemons. But he's in good shape this time for the final Sigma fight. So hopefully he can finish this out in one go. Ooh, gets through the claw. That's nice. That looks scary, but he got through. I think he's got it this time. He's going to get through one felt swoop.
Sven looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, the claws are being much more docile than they were before.
Yeah. And he's only got to get 2 more hits here.
And he's got it.
There we go. GG.
Finishes with a 42.56. And that does it for this double feature. I don't believe any of our racers are available for maybe a post-race interview. I'm not really sure.
We might try Sven.
I know Crystal had already said that he couldn't stay, considering that he is 8 hours ahead of me in regards to time zones.
But yeah, we'll try and get in contact here with maybe Aki, Nero, and I think we're behind schedule.
Oh, we are?
Well, it looks like it because we don't have any audio at the minute, so I'm assuming they're switching to a soundtrack and changing games.
Alright, well, GG's to Sven for finishing. Much better run than he did the first, but congrats to Nero for winning his match against Aki, and Crystal winning his match. And Nero, certain will be in the brackets for sure. I'm pretty sure Aki will be in there also. So we will see these 3 runners, I'm fairly certain, in the bracket. I'm not sure if Aki and Nero will get that rematch in the bracket. Be interesting if they did, but
I hope so.
We'll see how the brackets turn out. And for those wondering how the seeding in the bracket will go, seeding will be determined by match wins. So whoever wins the most matches in their group will get the higher seed. And then match ties will be broken by best race time. So whoever has the better race time, which I believe Walrus Prime has the tournament best right now with I think it was a 31.2x. I can't be sure. Someone can let me know what that is. But I'm pretty sure Walrus has the best time so far. But if there's nothing else, I'm going to sign off. And thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks for the Speed Gaming team letting me get on commentary at the last second. I believe there was a previous commentator in for this race, but had to take care of something. So luckily, I was available to step in.
Yeah, he had an emergency, but you did a very good job in commentary.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm pretty sure there's a few more matches scheduled, but I don't have the schedule up. So have a good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for watching.